Hello. Today we will start with nationalism in Europe. The rise of nationalism in Europe. Okay? So let us start. During 19th century, nationalism emerged as a force which changed the political and mental world of the Europe, and the end result was a nation state. Okay? So, in 19th century, nationalism emerged as a force which changed the political and mental means what we can say the political and mental state of the Europe, and the end result was a nation state. Okay, so what is a nation state? Yeah, what what is a nation state? So we'll learn. Nation state is okay. Just a minute. Sorry. Nation state. Nation state. What is nation state? Now we'll learn. One in which rulers, along with the citizens, develop the sense of common identity. This is the nation state is a state or a country or anything in which rulers, along with the citizens, a sense of common identity. Okay, this identity was forget through struggle. Now we'll see about the French Revolution and the nation state. The French Revolution and the nation state. So it started in 1978. It was the first expression of nationalism in Europe. It abolished monarchy. Powers were transferred from monarch to the citizens. So now we'll learn about the major changes during French Revolution. The idea of la patrie and la citoyenne emphasized upon the united community's rights. So, what is la patrie and la citoyenne? La patrie is fatherland. 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 La patrie. This la patrie is fatherland, and the la citoyenne is me. It means citizens. Okay. So la citoyenne means citizens and la patrie means fatherland. So this idea was emphasized upon the united community and equal rights. Okay, the power were transferred from monarch to common people. The new French flag, the tricolor, was chosen and replaced the former royal standard. The royal standard was usually used in the wars or anything, and that was the flag of that king or that kingdom or that empire or that emperor. So that flag, that royal standard was removed. Okay, in that place the French flag was the tricolor French flag was introduced. The new national anthem composed and the oath was taken. Okay, a centralized administrative system was put in a place, and it formulated uniform laws for all citizens within the territory. Okay, so I'll just yeah. A centralized administration. There was means in the France many diversities were there, so a centralized administrative system was put in the place, which derived the laws for all citizens within the territory. Internal custom duties and dues were abolished. So in France, in the 18th century France, means in 18th century France had 39 states in their country. So they means for trading, as all we know, that for trading we have to move in the country for many things. So the businessmen were very obsessed, as there were some custom duties and dues, which means like, if we have for example in India, if I have to go from Maharashtra to Madhya Pradesh, at the border, so this is Maharashtra, this is Madhya Pradesh. At the border I have to pay some custom duty or payment payment. I have to pay for that if I have to cross the border of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, cross the border of Maharashtra. So though that custom duties were abolished. So now the main point of the chapter: spread of nationalism in Europe. Right, spread of nationalism, not in Europe but many other continents. Okay, when the news of events of France, when the news of events of France reached the different cities of Europe, students and other members of educated middle classes began setting up Jacobean clubs. In ninth standard, you have learned the Jacobean club. So that is this Jacobean club. Their activities and campaigns prepared a way of French armies which moved Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and much of Italy in 1790s. So, uh, the rise of nationalism, which was in the France, was spread like a fire. Just spread like a fire. Okay, and many educated middle classmen thought that they could nationalize their countries, so they started setting up Jacobean clubs. Okay, the activities of France and the campaigns of France led the armies move from France to Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and much of Italy. So, the countries like Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and Italy welcomed the French armies to uh, explain them the power of liberalism or nationalism, or spread the, what can I say, spread the idea of nationalism in their country to their citizens. So they welcomed the French armies. Okay, with the outbreak of revolutionary wars, the French armies began to carry ideas of nationalism abroad. So I told you, right? Okay, now there is a threat. In 1999, Napoleon Bonaparte took over the political power of France. Political power of France. Political power of France. Okay. So, now when Louis XVI died, the reign of terror and blah 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 blah, all we learned in the ninth standard, the Jacobin Club was abolished. Now there was no effective ruler or no effective administrative system in the area of France. So the Napoleon Bonaparte, which was a army man or a general in French army, took took over the France. He saw the decision. He waited for that moment and took over the France. Now we'll see the civil code, or we can say the of Napoleonic code of 1804. Okay, so civil code or Napoleon introduced some laws, some we can say rules or laws, which was really good at it. So he named it as civil code, but many of them call it as Napoleon code, or yeah, many other names are there. So first first law was equality before law. Yes, first law was equality before law. Wow. Second was right to property. As all we know, right to property, take no one can take over anyone's properties. Okay, feudal system was abolished. Feudal system. Then freed peasants were from serfdom. Freed peasant from serfdom means the taxes which the peasants had to pay from a long time to the monarch were abolished. Transport and communication system were very much improved. Okay. However, in the areas conquered, the reaction of the local population of French rule were mixed. All the people in the French were had a mixed culture, right? So initially, many places, as Holland and Switzerland, as certain citizens of Brussels, Mainz, Milan, and Warsaw, the French armies were welcomed as harbingers of liberty. But the initial enthusiasm soon turned to hostility. Means the Napoleon started to conquer all these countries and cities which were mentioned here. He started conquering everything. So the enthusiasm of these countries were turned into hostility. It became clear that the new administrative arrangements did not hand in hand political freedom. Increased taxation, censorship, forced conscription into French armies required to conquer the rest of Europe. Okay. And now, he increased the taxes. Napoleon increased the taxes in the areas of Holland, Switzerland, blah 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 blah, which were the cities. Now, Brussels, Mainz, Warsaw, many cities. So he increased, and in France, he increased the taxes. Censorship was introduced. Forced conscription into French armies required to conquer the rest of Europe. Okay, what is forced conscription into French army? So Napoleon saw that everyone has power to fight. So why not everyone is coming in army? So he thought that let us introduce a new system. So he he took many people from the roadside or the peasants and gave them a harsh training of French armies, and they just उन्हें सीधा फ्रेंच आर्मी में डाल दिया गया. सीधा, एकदम सीधा. कोई भी बंदे को उठाओ और उसको ट्रेनिंग दो और फिर फ्रेंच आर्मी में डाल दो. यही कर रहा था नेपोलियन, और कुछ नहीं. ओके. All seem the outweighed of the advantage of making of nationalism in Europe. Now we'll see about the making of nationalism in Europe. Okay. So just a minute. Making of nationalism in Europe. Okay. What we know today is Germany, Italy, Switzerland were divided into kingdoms, duchies, and cantons. Cantons meant administrative places, okay? Who were the rulers at the autonomous territories. Okay. Now we'll see the structure of European society in that got it right. Structure of European society. So first we'll see about the new middle class. Okay, new middle class. This was a really good. Okay, aristocracy, all we know, high class, the emperors and the nobles, and the peasants, the poor class, the low class. Okay. So now we'll study about the new middle class. It consists of industrialists, doctors, and teachers. For the new middle class, liberalism stood for freedom for individual and equality for before the law. So, the new middle class thought that they could bring the liberalism and freedom for individual in this Europe. Later, they became the force of unity and the nationalism. By the way, I was telling that the aristocracy were less in number, in population, okay, and peasants were more, okay. So I just told, just it was a common, just okay. Features of liberalism. For the middle class, it means the freedom of for individual, equality before law. Politically, it means government by consent, government by consent, end of autocracy and clerical privileges. Economically, it means freedom of market, abolition of taxes. Okay, the wave. Now we'll see the wave of economic nationalism. Okay, Napoleon administrative system had created confederation of 1339 states, each of which had its own currency weighing system, custom barrier, earth exchange, Zollvery custom union. Okay, initiated by Prussia in 1834, reduction of number of currencies from 30 to 22, abolished tariff barrier. Tariff means taxes. Tariff means taxes. Okay, so tariff means taxes. Facilitated railway mobility and unification. The Napoleon was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 by the conservative forces. Treaty of Vienna was signed. Believe in traditions, institutions, and family values. For instances, church, monarch, etc. So conservatives were the people who followed the monarchy system, or they want change, they wanted change, but they thought that the change should be slow, but Napoleon was doing the change very faster. So the conservatives of Britain, France, Britain, Prussia, Russia, BRPA, Britain, Russia, Prussia, Austria, collectively defeated Napoleon in Waterloo. Okay, and the Treaty of Vienna was signed. So, what is Treaty of Vienna? So, Treaty of Vienna was signed by BRPA. They said that the monarchy should be there. Monarchy wouldn't be abolished. The churches will be restored, and all these things were restored. So, at the end result was that we came to zero again. Means the monarchy was again formed. Okay, so monarchy was again formed, and France, who was there? None other than Bourbon family. The last king of Bourbon family was means the Bourbon family was again restored in the France. Okay, so main aim of the Treaty of Vienna or conservatives were to restore monarchy. So this, I would say, it's a long video. So this would be the first part. I'll be giving second part in the next video. Till then, wait, and please, I really request that please subscribe to my channel. It's too crazy, as I do everything on my channel: the educational videos, time pass videos, soon a gaming video is coming. So try to get it, but I would say, uh, please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you want, and then subscribe, and it is totally free. So for today it's this much. Next video I would try to finish it faster. So till then, bye bye, take care, see you.